This administration is committed to putting people of Surrey first. Not only the residents, but also our business community. We're creating new and innovative projects that deliver better services to our residents while saving money. We're lobbying government to get a better deal on various fundings we receive. That's not easy at the moment, Madam Chairman. But we have recently received quite a substantial sum in relation to transport funding, which will help our colleagues and friends in the boroughs of Guildford, Reigate and Manton and other places, particularly working. And I think we will see huge benefits from that. Madam Chairman, I know how important libraries are to people. And I'm a passionate believer of the libraries. I even had to pay a 15p fine the other day, and I did it with a smile on my face, teaching me to read the book quickly. But they are really important places for people to go to. And in the current financial times, it's important that we look at how we deliver services differently. Which is why I'm delighted to see our community partner libraries up and running, with local people running them, taking control. For example, change the open times to those that suit the community and offering other services that suit that community. I'm delighted that Mrs. Angel, Helen Clark and I will be visiting the New Hall Library this week. I would like to thank them both for the excellent work that they have done in making sure that the community of New Hall has an outstanding library and service for their residents. I'd also like to pay tribute, Madam Chairman, to really one of the people who really got this off the ground. So Jeff Marlowe and his wife, Beryl, who did an extraordinary amount of work in the community of Byfleet. And I think this council owes a debt of gratitude to Jeff and Beryl. Thank you, Jeff. And I'm sure members would be delighted to hear that the library in my own area will be community controlled as of the 22nd of January. I'm aware, Madam Chairman, that other local authorities are now looking southwards towards Surrey. Look how our community partner library works, so they can learn from us and replicate it in their areas. I think that's a measure of what we achieve here in Surrey. I know some people will be surprised that my friends in the local government ministry, Brandon Lewis, recently congratulated Surrey on the success of the model at the recent County Council network. He also congratulated the Council on the progress of the children and young people's services that we have made. And he paid tribute to the work of the Public Value Review and how we have identified the savings. Whilst all of this is extremely welcome news, Madam Chairman, it's important that we don't lose sight of what we do here, which is putting residents first. And I look forward to seeing the 10 of the community partner libraries continue to flourish. With winter now well and truly upon us, it is important that we do all we can to minimise disruptions for our residents and our businesses. We prepared well ahead of the winter in order to ensure that we are ready for whatever adverse conditions we face. We know that in the last few days it's been a little bit cold in the morning. There's been ice. Those of you may not be aware, but it usually hits my division first, Madam Chairman. So I usually know when it's going to get cold, because we've got the first set of hills in Surrey after it goes across the flat plains of Kent. But we are also combining technology with our traditional methods, including fitting all of our gritty lorries with GPS systems to track where they've been. So we are able to respond if a resident says, well, the lorry wasn't out when it actually has been. We've got 16,000 tonnes of salt at our depots across Surrey, and we will continue to replenish that throughout the winter. But we are working with our partners, including our district and borough councils and farmers across the county, to make sure that all measures possible are in place to keep levels of disruption to a minimum if heavy snow falls. We've never been better prepared for the winter, Madam Chairman, and I think residents will see that over the next weeks and months. But in addition to this preparation, I would like to ask the people of the county, Madam Chairman, include all members of this council who are fit and able, such as myself, to help out our neighbours who are struggling to clear their paths and their driveways. I think it's incumbent upon us as community leaders to step forward and help our neighbours. I think it's also important, Madam Chairman, that we show the way in rekindling the Olympic spirit if we have heavy snowfall. We need to keep the county moving during adverse weather. It's also vitally important for our Surrey economy. And this administration is looking at all ways to help our local businesses, which is why we pledged 60% spend of council funding locally by 2017. In fact, Madam Chairman, we're almost up to 55%. And while I'm saying that, can I just say, Madam Chairman, what a contribution that Andrew Fasani and the team of the procurement make. They are at the forefront of talking to businesses. I was with them on Wednesday when we met the FSB. Once again, standing room. I think we need to charge for people to come to our conferences, because there's no doubt about it. The FSB, led by the National Chairman, the local Surrey President John Watkins, are really clear about the work that the County Council is doing to help local businesses get local contracts. And the procurement department playing a huge role in that. And I think there was an interesting comment the Chairman made the other day. If only every county and every authority went to the trouble that your procurement department goes to work in conjunction with our members to keep local council tax money being spent in Surrey. So I think that's really important. And of course, while we're doing this, Madam Chair, the procurement department, we're cutting through red tape, making it easier for businesses to bid for contracts. We have developed a new procurement portal, which means businesses bidding for contracts don't have to input information more than once. And we are making sure that we pay our invoices on time. As well as this, we've been working very closely with FSB, the Surrey Chamber of Trade and the Surrey Institute of Directors. And they have also commented on our apprentice programme, Madam Chairman. I've been whispered this morning that our apprentice programme is without doubt leading the country. And I hope that I will be able to send some information out to all members, Madam Chairman, so members will be aware of exactly the difference that our apprenticeship programme is making. In July, when I stood before Chamber, Madam Chairman, I asked, could we actually get another 200 apprentices before the year is out? I'm delighted to say that weeks ago, we've already used that. So our procurement department are working very hard with Chris Busser from the Children's Service. So it's important that our deputy leader, who has a responsibility for engaging with local businesses, engaging with the tourism, the National Trust and places like that he sets the role and sets the scene with local businesses. And I'm pleased to report that if you don't see him in this building, he's probably in another local business or a big business in Surrey. And he's been visiting many of the headquarters of the large international companies based in Surrey. I also know, he hasn't told anyone else, I know he's been to the large brewery in Woking, Madam Chairman. I've no idea why he went there. But he's been asking businesses, what can we do? What can the council do to help you? And I think that's a really important message. Because not only do the large businesses play a role in Surrey by employing people, they play a role by spending money in local areas, and the knock-on effect for our small and medium-sized business is important. Whether that be the local cafe and shop owner in Sunbury near the BP site, or the local garage owner who gets repeated business from those who work for Canon in Reigate. It's these large businesses remain in Surrey, our smaller businesses will feel the benefit. And by Surrey County Council clearly backing Surrey businesses, I believe that we can help in re-energising the national economy and helping Surrey put UK back on the road to recovery. As members will also be aware, the public value reviews have recently come to an end. It's a source of immense personal pride that we have identified savings which have been crucial to help us to meet our financial targets, while also helping us to focus on the things that matter to our residents and delivering the best possible services and maximising value for money for our residents while delivering £279 million worth of savings. And I suppose the one thing that really makes me quite proud about this, Madam Chairman, is that we didn't use a single expensive consultant. This was done by the staff themselves, right the way through the organisation. and I commend every person who is involved in that work. And it does show that Surrey County Council can rise to any challenge that we are faced with. And finally, Madam Chairman, in the October full council meeting, I briefly discussed our plans for an energy scheme which would cut bills exclusively for Surrey residents. I made a mistake, Madam Chairman. I should have said at the time, and for Surrey businesses. And I'm delighted to say that as a nice early piece of Christmas cheer for our residents and our businesses, our Switch and Save scheme is live. And at 11 o'clock this morning, the site is open for every resident or business in Surrey to register. Our estimates show that by collective switching, Madam Chairman, we can save residents and families up to £200 a year. What a massive boost that will give our residents at these difficult times. And another example, Madam Chairman, how disadministration puts the people of Surrey and the business of Surrey first. May I, while I'm standing on my feet, Madam Chairman, wish all members, staff, who've worked tremendously hard in what I think has been a most exciting year for this council, and all your families, a very happy Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Nice. Nice, eh?